David and I had an interesting relationship that developed over the years. And it was all good between us until Roots 2.
How so?
Well, there was an idea for Roots 2 that at the end of Roots 2, when James Earl Jones as Alex Haley was back in the village of Jufaray, that he would look in the crowd and he would see a young kid that could have been Kunta, and the idea was for it to in fact have been LeVar. And the offer was made by David Wolper, and Dolores and I talked about it, and this was Roots. I got paid scale for doing Roots, which was, at that time, I don't know, $600 a week or something. More money, certainly, than I'd ever seen before in my life for doing that which I had committed my life to doing. But Dolores's position was that this was Roots, too. And I'd already given at the office. And she wanted top of the show for a one-day appearance. She wanted the same that they were paying, who were the others, you know, day player names in Roots 2. I think Marlon Brando was in it. Henry Fonda, I think, did a day on Roots 2. And not that we were trying to equate my worth to that of a Marlon Brando or Henry Fonda. We certainly did believe that there was, for this project, a justified reason to ask for top of the show. And David drew the line, and it was like one of those really sad moments, you know, where he was yelling at the phone and, you know, made all of those, you know, those kind of typical promises, you know, the kid will never work in this town again. And if, it was not pleasant. It was not pleasant. It was a really upsetting time. And I'd do the same thing all over again. I would make the same decision. I would make the same decision today. Given the circumstances, it was the right play. It was the right move to make. But it caused a rift. It was sad for a long time. David and I have since had an opportunity to really come back together in a good way and be able to express our love for one another. But there were some painful years in between.